Cleaner, a short story by Szanto. Caris attacks the master bedroom with a hoover, changes the sheets, hospital corners, her mother says, from beyond the grave, and pillowcases, one of which is marked with what she thinks is spray tan. She also picks up a pair of frilly knickers and worries a stain on the carpet until 2 pairs of latex gloves are ruined. Then she takes 2 white towels from the ensuite and folds them into swans to go on the bed. She saw it done in a film about Japan and regards it as her special touch. It eats into her limited time, but makes her clients feel special. The kitchen is next. Ghosts of balloons, including a helium number 18, Bob. It must be for the daughter, Isla. She was only 13 when Caris first came here. She was employed by an agency, Mrs. Mop then. Caris is blitzing the work surfaces as the client, Morgana, appears. It's the first time she's seen her today. Caris was given a key after 2 years' weekly service. Morgana is wearing purple lycra and carrying her iPhone in its purple, glittery case. She looks tired, yellow skin under her eyes. "I'm making coffee, if you'd like one," she asks. Caris has a rule not to accept hot drinks from clients, so declines as she always does. Morgana turns on the coffee machine. Caris brushes away food scraps, takes the plastic and glass recycling to the bins outside, sweeps and bleaches the floor. Morgana drinks her cappuccino and talks about Isla's party at the weekend. Caris makes the appropriate noises of response. Morgana is one of only a few clients who talk to her while she's working. She suspects the others hide or pretend to be very busy at their laptops in their offices or, since the coronavirus, dining tables. She has seen games of solitaire. Once at the end of a shift, she passed a cafe and saw the client whose house she had been cleaning in front of her laptop. Kitchen finished, Caris takes her cleaning stuff to the family bathroom. Morgana follows to the threshold. "Hey," she says, "you're married?" Caris starts. Has she been talking aloud about her husband? She had a dream about him the night before. Its cobwebs have clung to her all day. Then she follows Morgana's gaze to her ring finger. It is usually concealed by latex gloves, but she has no more of those spare. "Yes," Caris says, "married for 15 years. Morgana doesn't need to know that her husband died 3 years ago, after the black tentacles of cancer wrapped themselves around him. "Ah, quite the stretch." Morgana wants to hear more. Caris doesn't want to say more. After a pause, Morgana starts talking about her husband. Now that the lockdown rules have been lifted, he is in the office almost every day and out a lot in the evenings. "It's like he doesn't want to spend time with us," Morgana moans. "I'm sure people aren't meant to go back to work full-time in offices even now." "I'm sure he's very busy," Caris says meaninglessly. She removes the plastic bag from the bin, stuffing the tissues that were on the floor into it. Her hands brush against a plastic stick. She shouldn't look, but she does. There are 2 pink lines on the stick. It could be a COVID test, but the ones she has taken have had C and T written on them. Morgana is looking at her phone, so hasn't noticed. Caris wonders whether to tell her about what she's sure is a pregnancy test, but what if it is hers rather than Isla's? Despite the amount of time she has spent listening to her client, she doesn't know how old she is. She could be any age between 35 and 45. Caris ties the handle of the bag and places it outside the bathroom. She washes her hands for 20 seconds, singing "Happy Birthday" twice in her head. Then she sweeps up the hair on the floor, sluices water, scrubs sink grime, and tackles shower mould. Morgana's phone rings, and she walks away to answer it. In the hall, Caris feather dusts photos of Isla at various ages. She sprays glass cleaner on a mark on the wedding photo of Morgana and her husband, Al. In the photo, Morgana is in an operating theatre white gown with a sweetheart neckline, which Caris knows was handmade in London, and clutches a bouquet of deep red roses. Al has a matching red tie and buttonhole rose. Caris and her husband don't look like that in their one wedding photo. They married on a trip to Scotland, witnessed by 2 register office staff, one of whom had taken the photo. She wore a pale blue dress, her husband a checked shirt. Their daughter was born 9 months to the day later. Has she ever told Morgana she has a daughter? Clemmy is the same age as Isla. She cannot imagine her daughter with a baby. Caris's final task is the living room. They have a cat the colour of Morgana's wedding dress, and Caris lint rollers its hair off the sofa. She has a pang of pain as she does it. Her fingers are a bit arthritic now. The 4 hours plus 10 minutes, which she won't be paid for, are up. Caris calls to Morgana that she is leaving. Morgana shouts goodbye from upstairs. The cat gives a sad-sounding meow. Caris wipes her sweaty face with a piece of kitchen roll, lugs her bucket and brushes to her car and drives away. One more client to go, and then she can clean her own home. As she drives down Morgana's road, she passes a car parked at the far end. She recognises the man on the driver's side from the wedding photo she has just dusted, but not the woman. They do not see her.